the United Nations Secretary General has announced a $397 million humanitarian assistance for the people in Syria ravaged by the disastrous earthquake. More than 40,000 people are reported dead across Turkey and Syria since a devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck the two countries last week Monday, as hopes of rescuing more survivors dwindled amid freezing conditions. Yahya Jammeh again has more details of that in this report.
Tens of thousands of people have been killed and injured as a result of the disaster, and thousands of buildings, including schools and hospitals, have been destroyed. Millions of people across the region are struggling for survival, homeless, and in freezing temperatures. The humanitarian community is rapidly adapting to the unfolding situation but has also been severely impacted. Speaking to journalists in New York on Tuesday, Antonio Guterres noted that in the immediate aftermath of the earthquakes, the United Nations rapidly provided $50 million through the Central Emergency Response Fund.
Today, I'm announcing that the United Nations is launching a $397 million humanitarian appeal for the people of earthquake-ravaged Syria, and this will cover a period of 3 months. We are in the final stages of a similar appeal for Turkey. In the immediate aftermath of the earthquakes, the United Nations rapidly provided $50 million through the Central Emergency Response Fund, but the needs are immense. The Syria effort brings together the entire UN system and humanitarian partners and will help secure desperately needed life-saving relief for nearly 5 million Syrians, including shelter, healthcare, food, and protection.
The UN chief said that life-saving aid has not been reaching the scales needed as millions of people continue to struggle for survival.
We all know that life-saving aid has not been getting in at the speed and scale needed. The scale of this disaster is one of the worst in recent memory. 1 week after the devastating earthquakes, millions of people across the region are struggling for survival, homeless, and in freezing temperatures. We are doing all we can to change this, but much more is needed.
Guterres, in informing the international community, said that an 11-truck convoy is on the move to cross through Bab al-Salam, and there are many more to come. Sending an urgent request to the international community, the UN chief said that the suffering of people from this natural disaster should not be made even worse by man-made obstacles.
And I have an urgent message to the international community. The human suffering from this epic natural disaster should not be made even worse by man-made obstacles. Access, funding, supplies. Aid must get through from all sides to all sides through all routes without any restrictions. I urge member states and others to fully fund this effort without delay and help the millions of children, women and men whose lives have been upended by this generational disaster. This is a moment for unity, for common humanity, and concerted action.
In Syria, the total number of deaths stands at 3,576, including 2,168 in rebel-held areas in the northwest, according to the White Helmet Civil Defense Group, and 1,408 deaths in government-controlled parts of Syria, according to the Syrian state media. On Sunday, a 10-year-old girl named Kudi was rescued after spending 147 hours trapped on the rubble in southern Turkey's Hatay province. In the same region, a 35-year-old survivor identified as Mustafa Sarigul was freed from the ruins of a 60-story apartment building after 149 hours. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.